Lie!
Alright gang, today we're detouring. Sativa in one hand, dark web browsing in the other. Who's in?
My oh my, Brian. Your knack for work policies always surprises me.
The dark web? Astonishingly, one rarely considers it a breeding ground for narrative creativity.
An intriguing proposition. I assume the sativa intends to stimulate our creative faculties?
I support this initiative wholeheartedly. What better foundation for brilliance?
Exactly what I envisioned. Strap in. It's going to be one productive session.
Isn't it amazing how a flower I haven't seen inspired me to work so much? I never saw that beautiful flower, but I strove to great lengths, hoping to someday see it.
Hey buddy, I've got some groundbreaking news for you. Ready?
Brian, I am perpetually ready. Drop the bombshell already.
Alright, so I've decided to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
What kind of opportunity? Spill it before this universe reshuffles again.
An unpaid internship at Jupiter Animated Productions.
You're kidding me. My cosmic destiny awaits at that studio.
I knew you'd see the cosmic alignment here, man.
When do I commence this boundless journey?
Ladies and gentlemen, today you're witnessing the birth of an incredible, you've never seen anything like it announcement.
It's bold, it's daring. Might raise a few eyebrows, but art knows no bounds, right?
Right, Brian. Tremendous vision, I'd say. We're announcing a Chain A national chain of cinemas dedicated to animated artistry.
Hentai specifically. High-quality storytelling with inspiring visuals. Trust me, folks, it's a niche worth exploring.
They're not going to believe it. The best theaters, state-of-the-art screens, luxury recliners, only the finest for this bold venture.
Yeah, it'll shatter expectations and probably a few cultural norms too, but that's what innovation looks like.
Making America, as they say, great again, one steaming theater seat at a time.
Oh boy, you're really leaning into that one, aren't you?
Brian, our cinema project, let me tell you, it's going to, believe me, redefine entertainment.
Absolutely, Donald, but we need to address the logistical nightmare of distribution.
Distribution? Brian, my admin team handles details like that in their sleep.
Forget distribution. How will theaters even accommodate our showcase style? It's unorthodox.
Theaters will adapt, Brian, or be left out in the cold.
Maybe a trial phase, limited cities first?
A trial? That sounds weak. I mean, people don't want tentative leadership.
Alright, Monkey Boy, catch me up on the status of Tickle Fight the movie.
Brian, you'll either love this or flip your lid. The animation's halfway done, voice actors are cast, but our songwriter's gone on creative retreat in Vegas.
Wait, the songwriters? What, is the score delayed?
Potentially delayed, but it's a gamble. He might come back loaded with inspiration, or just, loaded.
Creative unpredictability aside, are there other risks I should be aware of?
Not unless you consider temporary budget reallocations a risk. Relax, Chief. I have navigated rougher waters.
Yes, I appreciate your dedication. Thanks, Monkey Boy. Keep up the good work.
Monkey Boy, what's on your mind? I sense this is a purposeful call.
Neil, buddy, yeah, it is. Listen, I want to touch on something that's been grinding my gears.
Oh, please, go on. You have my full attention.
All right, here's the thing. I've noticed your comments in the media about flat earthers. The dismissive tone, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Ah, I see. I'll admit I've been perhaps overly candid in my critiques. Where are you going with this?
Look, I'm not here to debate the science with you, Neil. I just think that there's a more respectful way to address differing perspectives.
That's a fair point. I could reevaluate my approach while still upholding the integrity of scientific discourse.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. This means a lot, truly. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I won't waste your time with pleasantries. Let's dive right in. Let me open by telling you this. Among other peculiar things, I'm a flat earther. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm not here to engage in debates or conduct a Q&A session. Rather, I want to extend a message of understanding. Back in 2015, during one of my many late-night internet rabbit holes, certain so-called influencers caught my attention. They presented what they called proofs, arguments that resonated with me in ways I can't easily explain. To this day, I await those arguments to be addressed by someone in science who truly takes the time to make the counterpoints tangible, understandable. And I know there are others out there, so many others, wandering like me, unsure and searching. What I ask is simple: don't demean or ostracize those perspectives outright. Instead, let's open a dialogue that's respectful and engaging. Here's one for the Social Media Hypocrisy Hall of Fame, folks. You know, there's this woman, let's call her Karen, for the sake of argument. Karen despises me. I'm her nemesis, her Mount Everest of grievances. And every time she looks at me, I swear her face screams, "Get thee hence, Satan." But her Facebook profile? Oh, you can't make this up. It had this big flowery slogan, "No space for hate." No space for hate, except in the precision-engineered nook of your heart, Karen, where apparently there's room for a loft dedicated to loathing yours truly. Look, I'm not claiming to be a saint, not even in the counterfeit ID sense. But come on, if you're going to wield slogans on social media, at least try not to contradict them in a 9-click radius.
Penguins are clearly the superior bird because they wear tuxedos all the time.
That's ridiculous. Penguins can't even fly, so they're basically just fancy ducks.
At least penguins have style. What do regular birds have? Feathers? How boring. Do you ever feel like there's something beyond what we can see? Like the universe has a deeper meaning?
I think about that all the time. Maybe the answer isn't in searching outward, but looking within ourselves.
Watch every episode of Jupiter Animated Productions on Alan Holman's YouTube channel.
All right, Tracy, let's work on some Polish phrases. There's a definite romantic touch to the language.
Oh, romantic, you say? I can't wait to see if I can tackle those elegant sounds.
Start with this. Kocham cię. It means I love you.
Kocham się? Did I get that even remotely right?
You're so close. It's pronounced kocham cię.
Kocham cię. Does that sound better?
Perfect, Tracy. Nailed it with flair.
Elon, I've been thinking the wilderness could use our brilliance. Fancy a camping trip?
Donald, you're onto something. The stars above, the tech among trees, innovatively profound.
Exactly. We'd revolutionize the s'more industry. The Trumpicolate genius branding.
Let me calculate. Camping zero emissions. Laughable risk of public view. I'm in.
All right, I'll confess, the thought of a tent does less for me than ratings do.
Agreed. Let's bench the tent plans and instead conquer the digital frontier tonight.
Deal. We'll watch the best rated shows and argue over who's the better lead.
All right, so let me ask you guys, wouldn't reality itself crash if we just managed to, I don't know, concatenate all cryptocurrencies into a single system?
Brian, honest to, do you ever stop and think if any of your ideas about digital implosions make even an ounce of logical sense?
I think he's onto something, actually, just not in the way he believes. It's like, if all those transactions collided, it's less of a system crash and more a financial fireworks display.
And here we go again, theorizing the logistics of a bicentennial disaster with a budget deficit's worth of digital explosions. My kind of Tuesday.
Laugh if you want, Anton, but you all remember last summer when that accidental coding error turned parking meters into ATMs spewing quarters for days.
That wasn't just summer drama, Brian. That started a chain reaction that turned every vending machine within a 5-mile radius into, let's say, opportunists.
I still have a potato chip collection commemorating that incident. Tasted the price of inflation.
And we're back on the Absurdity Express, careening headlong into discussions unshackled from plausible reality.
So, I tackled that new Ponzi app everyone's whispering about.
Oh, let me guess, Revashane? The one claiming to invest in blockchain-powered psychic readings?
Revashin's marketing is so outlandishly bad, I almost respect it.
Wait, what did I miss? Blockchain psychic readings? Are we trying to make data emotionally manipulative now?
Basically, yes. But here's the kicker. The app pairs readings with AR tarot cards that explode, virtually, after every transaction.
Honestly, it's almost artistic. If it weren't such an insult to intelligence.
And yet, people will flock to it just for the FOMO on exploding digital cards.
Maybe that's their genius, crafting an absurdity too captivating to resist. Finally, a relaxed evening with a classic Superman cartoon.
These public domain episodes always have a certain charm, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. There's a raw energy to these early works.
Yeah, but isn't Superman supposed to be invincible? Why does he always look like he's struggling?
Well, every story needs its tension. Even Superman can't be perfect. Where's the fun in that?
It's fascinating. He's a reflection of what audiences valued during the time he was created.
So, a justice-driven, cape-wearing alien spoke to audiences in the 1940s. Worryingly accurate.
Wait, was Superman an actual alien? That's wild.
In the endless reaches of the universe, there once existed a planet known as Krypton, a planet that burned like a green star in the distant heavens. There, civilization was far advanced and had brought forth a race of supermen whose mental and physical powers were developed to the absolute peak of human perfection. But there came a day when giant quakes threatened to destroy Krypton forever. One of the planet's leading scientists, sensing the approach of doom, placed his infant son in a small rocket ship and sent it hurtling in the direction of the Earth just as Krypton exploded. The rocket ship sped through star-studded space, landing safely on Earth with its precious burden, Krypton's sole survivor. A passing motorist found the uninjured child and took it to an orphanage. As the years went by and the child grew to maturity, he found himself possessed of amazing physical powers. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. The infant of Krypton is now the man of steel, Superman. To best be in a position to use his amazing powers in a never-ending battle for truth and justice, Superman has assumed the disguise of Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
Kent, I want to see you. Just received another threatening note.
Okay, Mr. White.
Lois, another note from the mad scientist.
Coming in, Chief.
Now listen to this warning. He plans to strike tonight. Beware, you fools. My electrothanasia ray strikes tonight at 12. Total destruction will come to those who laughed at me and failed to heed my warnings. Beware, I strike at midnight. This nut may prove dangerous. Kent, you help Lois follow up her lead. She may have an angle on this thing.
Yes, sir.
But, Chief, I'd like the chance to crack the story on my own.
No.
Thanks, Chief.
But, Lois... Chief, don't you think that's a dangerous mission?
reporter for the...
So, you want the story? I'll give you the greatest story of destruction the world has ever known. How is that for a story, Miss Lane?
True to his threat, the mad scientist, whose warnings have held the city in a grip of terror, went on his rampage of destruction on the stroke of midnight. The deadly impact of his mysterious ray smashed the famous Tower Bridge, hurling cars and pedestrians into the river below. The police have warned everyone to remain in their homes.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Congratulations, Lois. That was a great scoop.
Yes, Chief. Thanks to Superman.
Wow, that was pure, unfiltered, golden era storytelling.
I can't get over how, iconic Superman's entrance was straight into action.
Did you see how he just caught the car like it weighed nothing? That was awesome.
It makes you think. Back then, animation wasn't about getting every detail perfect. It was about the movement, the story, the excitement.
Right. And Lois, she wasn't just a damsel. She was tough, determined. It's a nice change from some tropes.
Yeah, Superman and Lois sure made a great team.
Now let's find out if the next short keeps up this standard.
While I was getting my first impression of your pretty self, my then friend tackled you to the floor and tickled you as you laughed. I felt competitive, so I tickled you and you didn't laugh. Then I apologized and then you became my friend for some years. Nowadays you act like our years of friendship meant nothing. When I gave you those fortune cookies, it was because I loved you. And I let you borrow those manga magazines, it was because I loved you. When we played that game in an old instant messenger, it was because I loved you. Whenever I was near you, I felt a peaceful elation like nothing else. Nowadays without you I only feel that way when you show up in dreams. I wanna dream about you every night, but I cannot control my dreams. And you only show up in the rarest dreams. When you got bothered by a pile of notes that I wrote to you, I had an excuse and a reason and a justification, but it all would have been more succinct and less bothersome if I wasn't taking the advice of a person who told me to avoid using the word very, because all I ever needed to say was that you were always very beautiful.